Hello, this is a game played on 2 handicap on IGS where black won by a pretty large margin, 24.5. And normally white was supposed to resign this game, but there are probably two reasons that white didn't do it. First of all, maybe he didn't count accurate to see that he's so much behind, and maybe he didn't really want to accept the result being the stronger player, but still, it was a 2 handicap game, so what can you do about it? Well, in this particular game, when black captures the top right corner, the game is pretty much over. So let's check it out. Now this is a basic Joseki, and playing the Keima, it's white's first mistake. White should either play a 2-space jump to stay safe and go for outside thickness, and then another 2-space jump. This is the basic Joseki. Or simply turn to the right and then allow O3 or O4 and extend for a base on the right side. This is the territorial Joseki for white. But in general, white should go for outside thickness when he plays Q4, Q5. Now black pushes right away, that's good. Here the empty triangle, it's a terrible move to block like this. White should play a 1-space jump instead. Then when black plays the wedge, white can Atari, then play a hanging connection. So at least he's going to save some face. Because even if black pushes here, it's not a big deal to sacrifice a couple of stones. Then still go for outside thickness, but the corner becomes quite large for black. So when this happens, black should actually cut right away. The shape seems to ask for this kind of cut. If white resists, black can go up or push to the left. It's important to save this stone because both white groups are in trouble, the empty triangle and the 2 stones. So white has to jump on the right or jump on the bottom, but either way, he's going to be in trouble with the other group. So black missed already an opportunity to punish right away using the cut. So as I always say, cut where you can cut. Now white protected the cut. Actually the way to protect here is schema to make a better shape, so when black turns, white has a much nicer shape towards the center. Anyway, white protects the cut, but like this, black can peep, and when white connects, he's in an empty triangle again, this time here. He already got an empty triangle early on, already 2 empty triangles in this particular shape in the corner in the early stage of the game. For black, it's interesting to play the peep and then attack from the bottom side, because on the right side, the position is solid enough, and if white simply comes out here with a jump or an obi, then wedge and connect and create more cutting points, white is still on the run. Also, playing k4 is good to come from d4 and reinforce this lower left corner while attacking. Anyway, the Hane on the 4 line is not bad either, because black will build territory on the right side while putting some pressure as well. The thing is, white can leave it as it is and attack at f3, for example, to expand the bottom, and then extend back to j4. So white is playing an inside approach instead. In fact, for white on the right side, it's interesting to push one more and then approach from O17. Well, R14 is actually playable too. So here black can consider a pincer, R12, because the right side becomes much bigger now with Q7. So if white simply takes the corner, we have this kind of Joseki. Then black can turn here, white didn't push earlier, and this turn is kind of center for both. White has to go up, then Keima to expand the Moyo. Usually white will double up, and another Keima from the bottom. So this way black makes a very nice Moyo on the right side. So simply defend, slide, block, extend. Now in this position, black should consider either R13 Tsuke or R12 in order to go for the right side again. So if black plays the pincer, white will go Sansan, black has to play Kosumi Tsuke and cover, white usually Hane to create a cutting point, but then the ladder works. And because black plays a ladder here, white will go for a ladder breaker around this spot, or maybe approach the corner, then black will add another move. Black can also capture right away, but in this case it narrows the gap on the right side playing q10, and now the ladder goes to the right. So white is captured either way. So that's a Joseki to go for outside thickness, but the Tsuke it's even more interesting because like this, black gets to protect the right side and also make a base in the top, while white simply lives in the corner. So these are the two Josekis to adapt a little bit to the given situation. Now R17 block is just the basic follow-up. And in this case, white is quite happy to make a base at R11 because it kind of ruins the potential of Q7. So black is not going to build so much on the right side. And if black plays a move like R9, it feels a little over-concentrated. And if black doesn't do anything, for now, later on, white can approach here or slide all the way. And the right side is just smaller. Black turns, this is still big. Then play away. That's also very big. Probably the biggest point on the board right now. Prevent the Shimari. Then extend back for a base. So the Fuseki goes pretty well for black. Here usually on this kind of Tsuke, it's good to go up. Because later on, there are ways to approach the corner. Now, black can also speed up with this 2-space jump. But before then, it's fine to play a Hane in Sente and now play away. Because when white captures a stone with a Hane Atari here, black has an Atari and then gets another move. So it's a way to slow down white in that area. Because if you just play away and white plays the Hane, now it doesn't work to block here. I mean, it's not going to be as forcing as when it's Atari. So white would just cut. Actually, for black, it's more interesting to play f3, or if you defend the left side, d6 is bigger, so you don't have all the stones on the third line. Step up to the fourth line. The territory grows like that, like the waves of the sea. Looks much better. This feels flat. Too many stones on the third line. Besides, it's more interesting to play f3, so it covers some space on the bottom side, and if white comes inside the left, just kick and chase him. It's good to have a target like that, because now black will transfer the territory that black is supposed to build on the left side will come on the bottom, and white is just on the run. So white attacks from here. It's still okay to kick and then take away the extension. High low. Because later on black can extend again to m3, n2, not a problem. So white has to come out, then black extends for a base like this and jump out between the groups. Pincer, it's also fine. The pincer can be also j3, but in this case a tight one, it's okay. So normally against this pincer, white should attach d3, Hane, and now depends on what black does. If black just connects, white can capture the stone in the corner and leave. But if this happens, f3 is discarded, so black gets a lot of potential on the outside, and then extends again to build while attacking the bottom weak group. And then of course for black it's very big to play L17. Now white counter pincers, kick and go out. Very good. Here black can also go out with a Kosumi, because when black jumps, white can still use h2 and try to connect up or down. The thing is, even if this happens, it's quite painful for white to get this shape. Because first of all, black takes a lot of territory in the corner, and white is still kind of thin. He needs to do something about his cutting points. Then no Setsuji comes, and it's very ugly. But with the Kosumi, the Kosumi doesn't allow the attach at h2. So white has to jump anyway, and black can put some pressure on the lean on the bottom stone and jump even further. Anyway, black should jump again, that's good. This kind of move is not necessary. Maybe a peep from the left side, but you can wait. Because anyway, white is not going to play a move like g5. So either jump again, or turn direction towards the group on the right. Now with this move, black is looking to invade m3. So white will either protect like this or play a Kosumi. But even if white plays Kosumi, black can jump under to remove the base and then jump along. Now in order to make white heavy on the left side, it's okay to play one peep and then jump again or even Keima to push him into the left where black is stronger. White might escape, but those are all neutral points. Then black can grab a big point. So that's a bit more effective as an attack. Now this move might help white a little bit. White can play this one and then attach. Then push, peep again. So white doesn't have to connect solid. Fighting spirit is to try to resist somehow and make a better shape. This way white is still heavy. So black puts pressure, but that's a little bit risky. White could push and cut. Now when black extends, white will capture that stone. So now white is trying to connect under. Let's see here. Tuck, 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 tuck. So if black cuts, white cuts, that's already a bad shape. Capture, Atari, go out, push, and cut. Now this Atari can be played, but black can either capture two stones like this or the other two stones. So when white comes out, black will already catch these two stones. And overall this is good for black, because the other stones are still kind of floating. Now this is some sort of trade. So allow white connect under, then chase the other group, that's fine. In order to keep everything connected, it's good to turn. Takes away liberty, the shape is stronger, or push the other direction. So like this, when white comes out, black is center. This Kosumi just connects the groups, but maybe it doesn't impact the stones so much. White should still go out here. Seems important. Then black will push, go down, peep one time, and then Kosumi to remove the base of the group. Well, the group can leave, but once black will surround, white needs to make a painful life on the bottom side. So a desperate Tsuki on the left side. Now here normally it's good enough to connect under, like this. But play Hane on top, it's even better because it shows fighting spirit, separates the bottom group from the left. So it was good style. This end is good too. White had to connect. This move, it's not necessarily center, but it was in this case. Actually here, black should play the peep, because this connects against the cut. So if white wants to cut like this, black has Atari and cover. And the peep is center. Black needs to protect. Then push and go down in center. And now take away the base. So the cut doesn't work, but white can play a peep and then go out. Anyway, the group is still under attack. And also the bottom one is in danger. So back to the original game. Black push, white defense, then connect in a passive way. So with the peep, it's threatening to cut. This is just defense against the cut, so when white cuts, black takes. But it's not center. Okay, so white got center here to reinforce the bottom group. Normally the proper way to defend is d2, because anyway you will end up playing d2. When e2 is played, white Hane, block, connect, and now d2. So when black plays d2 directly and white turns, black doesn't have to do anything right now. But anyway, it's good to keep the corner safe and still some pressure on the white group. Now white extends very shy from his top formation, where it's very strong. White should actually go all the way to m17 to put pressure on the corner. Then black usually protects s17 and now extend back to the top. Because white being so strong in the top left corner, it doesn't have to fear an invasion. This is very shy, so black can extend l17. Proper move and the biggest spot on the board right now. Maybe the last big Fuseki move. Now this block doesn't always have to be played right away. At this stage, black can play r9, and if white Hane, Atari, that's fine. Also, black can think about moves to attack the bottom group. For example, attach, Atari, then peep, and remove the eye. So now white is on the run. This block is more an endgame move. Also, S17 is one of the largest endgame plays, but till then it's still bigger to play R8 or jump out N8. So black blocks, white turns, then black connects in the wrong way. Usually it's Q17. Now the reason for Q17 is that when black plays here, attacks against the cuts, and white blocks Q15, black doesn't have to react again in the corner. So Q15, it's not going to be center for white. If white Hane T18, black can go down or leave it like this. It's not always necessary to defend that cornerstone immediately. But when black plays R18 and white goes Q15, it feels necessary to play another move here too. So in general, Q17. There are some positions where the double hanging connection is better, but here is not the case because when black plays this move, white will push again in Sente, threatening Atari, so black needs to extend. That's why the solid connection is better. So Q15 is not going to be Sente, which means later in the game, black can play some forcey moves here. So the endgame will be different around S15 area. So this is the wrong defense. Let's put a mark on the good one. Oops. I mean Q17. So push, extend. Then white got to play another large point here. Now white looks really strong on the right side, and somehow he ended up dead with half of that group. So here, white has only one eye. Black should block actually, because white wanted to break through and go out. And if white cuts, black will just go to the left. And that's it, the group is surrounded. On this move, go out. On this move, Atari once. If white connects, capture some stones in Sente. That's already profitable. So like this, white can come out. Actually, white could just no B, because the double up is not a problem. White is still safe on the right side. Then push once and jump. So white is alive. So, okay, this will leave. Black can actually jump, because for black it's centered to connect here, threatening the cut, and then when black jumps, the cut of the Ikentobi wouldn't be a nice idea. White will just collapse on the right side. So white's group seems to be safe now. Black should get ahead. Even if white cuts here, it's not such a big deal. Black can jump along and live in the center. Now a better shape would be the table shape here. And then white's group is surrounded, so he needs to come back and leave. Cover in Sente. Now this crosscut actually got white into trouble. White should actually capture the stone. Then on this Atari, take, connect, and link under. And that's pretty much it. Not such a big reducing. So here, black counter Atari. Oh, that was just wrong. White should go out. Then when black captures, white connects, and nothing happens on the right side. White is all connected and safe. So here, black can Atari from behind, and now white kinda collapsed. This co-fight got him. In this position, black can either connect or play Atari from the outside. Now when black connects, white can link under, and if black captures this stone, white will take the cornerstone. So in the end, white is still safe and connected. So if black plays Atari from the outside and white captures 2 stones, black will connect here. When white cuts, black will sacrifice that stone and still kill the stones on the right side like it happened in the game. Tuck, tuck, tuck. There is some Agi here, so another Atari would be good. And on this hand, it just extend. That's similar to what happened in the game. Now, white took the call, but for white it's good enough to pull back. And when black connects this stone, white goes down, so he's safe. So they fight the call. Ah, he took again. Here if white cuts, black captures the call. White connects, black Atari. White can capture the call back, but eventually white needs to connect. Black will Hane, threatening the snapback, and now, of course, white still has the call, but white can play here, then a throw in, which leads to a snapback. White will take 2 stones, black will capture 4 stones. So compared to the game, white leaves with the biggest part of the group, but he has to discard 4 stones. Now somehow he messed up and gave up a lot, and now he also needs to leave on the side in a painful way. Yep. And this move is actually not necessary. So tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, better protect on the outside, because if white goes down, black will also go down. If white plays here, black will connect. If white blocks, it's not enough space for twice, only one. But this S14 actually reduces the endgame. I mean, it removes the Hane and Nobi and everything instantly. So it's not too bad. I mean, black got a very nice corner where it was supposed to be not so much. So a little bit lucky. Tuck, 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 tuck. Push, connect, and jump again. Now all black has to do is to keep everything safe. And it's a solid win. But this move is just too conservative. Better block like this. And now 015, 014, they all become territory points. So that double up is just giving up points. This shows that black knows he's ahead. Now here it's big to play J18 and go up, then everything's center in the top. But now it's game over anyway. Black should attach, then block, and leave it like this. It's still better to attach because actually cut first. And then when white cuts, black can also cut, threatening to catch the top stones. So when Atari here is just bait to take the 2 stones in the top, which is bigger. So white will protect either like this or Nobi, and then capture 1 stone in the center. So this is a little more shy. White could block. But anyway, white can resign this game because the top right corner was just too big. So that's pretty much it. Oh. Ah, chance. Black can actually play T9. And then if white plays here, Atari and kill everything. And if white plays this one, Atari from the outside, and it's only 1 eye. So, when black went down, white had to protect. So here black had an opportunity to kill another group for free. But it didn't matter anyway. Good win. Very solid. Oh wait. Yeah, the last call. Alright, well done on this one, but a little bit lucky what happened on the right side. And very important to remember not to play R18, but connect Q17. Enjoy the review.